Today I came up with a fun and engaging lesson that is based on the idea of escape rooms. This lesson can be used from 3rd grade to 12th grade. The equipment you will need will be standing mats to split the gym into rooms. You will also need equipment for each skill and questions for each subject or topic depending on the rooms you choose to use. For the specific rooms I created, here is a list of equipment I used. Okay, so here's my setup. I have split the gym into 8 separate rooms. These rooms work best with groups of 6 to 14 students. If you have more students, you can set up 4 identical rooms on opposite sides of the gym and they can compete against each other. Or you can have skill and fitness stations off to the side for students to complete until it is their turn to go through the rooms. So first we will focus on the first room here. Students in each room will complete an interdisciplinary question, a skill, and in most cases, a fitness exercise. In this first room, students start by solving 3 math problems. The answer to these 3 questions would be the combination to the lock on the box to their right. Once they solve them, one student will open up the box. Inside will be a basketball along with directions. The directions for this room is one student has to make a foul shot from the poly spot while everyone else is doing push-ups until the student makes the shot. Students need to choose who does the skill wisely because that person can't complete any other skills unless the directions call for all students to complete the skill. So here, the student goes to the poly spot while everyone else spreads out to do push-ups. So here, the student shoots and misses. The student then needs to retrieve the ball and head back to the poly spot while the rest of the students continue doing the push-ups. Here, the student shoots and makes the shot. So everyone stops and they can move on to the next room. Next, we will focus on room number 2. Students come in and have to answer a science question. There will be multiple sealed envelopes with answers on them. When the students solve the question, they will open the envelope with that answer. This will give them the directions and the fitness component. In this case, the directions call for one student to pick up the football and to throw it through the hula hoop from the poly spot while everyone else is doing planks. So here, the student picks up the first football, heads to the poly spot, and throws the first attempt and misses. The other students are still holding their planks while this student retrieves the ball and heads back to the poly spot. This student tries again and this time was successful throwing the football through the hula hoop. So everyone stops and moves on to room number 3. In room 3, students will answer a social studies problem. Again, there will be envelopes with answers on them. When they get the correct answer, they will open that envelope and the directions will state for one student to grab the racket and birdie and try to hit the birdie from the poly spot into the bucket while everyone else does sit-ups. In this case, the student makes it on their first try, and everyone stops doing sit-ups and moves on to room number 4. Next, in room 4, students will solve a language arts question. There will be multiple sealed envelopes with keys. The envelope with the correct answer will have the keys to the safe on their left. The safe will have 4 jump ropes in it and the directions. Here, 4 students will use the jump ropes to transport the ball from one cone to the other without dropping the ball or stepping within the hula hoops. If they drop the ball, they either pick it up and start over, or they attempt to pick it up with the jump ropes to continue on to try to get it on the other cone. The rest of the students, highlighted here, will be doing jumping jacks until they are successful. So here, the 4 students strategize how to use the 4 jump ropes to successfully move the ball across to the other cone. So here they come up with this method, and they move the volleyball successfully across and place it on the other cone. So now all the students can move on to room number 5. In room 5, the students will solve a world language question. There will be multiple sealed envelopes like in the other rooms, and they will open the one with the correct answer on it. So here, the directions call for one student to take the frisbee and to throw it through the hoop while everyone else does the leg raises. This student first attempts and is not successful. So the other students continue doing leg raises while this student retrieves the frisbee. This time the student tries again and is successful. So everyone moves on to room number 6. While in room 6, students will have to solve an art problem. The envelope with the correct answer will have the directions. The directions call for all students for this skill. Students will lay on their backs with their legs up on the wall between the red and green tape. The objective is to get the yoga ball from the red line to the green line using only their legs without dropping the ball. If dropped, they start over again. So in this case, the students get in position while one student gets the ball. This student then brings the ball over to the red line and puts the ball on the feet of the first student laying down. From here, the student standing runs to the end of the line and lays down and waits for the ball to get to them. After a student passes the ball, they should get up and move to the end of the line until they get past the green tape. So in this case, the ball gets to the third student who drops it. So they need to pick the ball back up and start again. This time, the students pass the ball with their legs, and the students who've already passed the ball move to the end of the line, while the fifth student holds the ball until they get there. So now they keep passing it on, and they get past the green line successfully. So now they can all move on to room number 7. In room 7, the students will solve a health problem. They then will open up the envelope with the correct answer on it. This will give them the directions. The directions call for one student to take the golf club and ball and have to chip the ball in the net from the poly spot. The other students will be doing mountain climbers in the meantime. Here, the student is successful on their first attempt, so everyone can stop and move on to room number 8. Room number 8 will be our last room in our escape rooms. So in room number 8, students will have to answer a current events question that pertains to their lives. This could be any sort of question. The envelope with the correct answer will have the directions, and the directions call for all students to stand on the tarp. From here, the students will have to flip the tarp completely over without stepping off the tarp. If they do step off the tarp, they will have to start over. So here, the students work together to stay on the tarp while flipping it. The students keep moving closer and closer while dragging the tarp to flip it over. As they flip over the tarp, they start stepping onto the flipped over part of the tarp to be able to flip the rest of it over. So here, the students have successfully flipped the tarp over and have completed all rooms. Important things to remember. Each student needs to complete at least one skill. One modification you can make is to have the students rotate after each skill attempt that they don't succeed. This gives each student a chance to complete this skill while not putting too much pressure on one student to succeed. Also, you can time each class to see how far they can get and compare it to your other classes. If you do time it, you can add 15 seconds to their time for each envelope they open that was the wrong answer. Also, you can have less rooms or more rooms than I made. But remember, it is better to have more rooms that they can't finish than to have less rooms that they finish fast. I hope you liked this activity and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.